Hi everybody, this is Wrestleview Editor and Chief Mike Tedesco bringing you a quick little reaction video to an interesting story that came out on Friday involving Vince McMahon and the WWE talent and an edict that was passed down. WWE is going to start cracking down on WWE talent that are using outside third parties. And what does outside third parties mean? Well, that wasn't clear to the talent. They never specifically listed any outside third-party services that they're going to be concentrating on, which creates a lot of confusion. So they're taking it to mean everything. A lot of superstars operate very successful YouTube channels, TikToks, Cameo pages, Twitch streams, you name it. Like if there's a way to get your face and your brand out there, the WWE Superstars are all over that. Why are they all over it? Because number one, we're in the middle of a pandemic and everybody's at home and the WWE is not touring. So there's a lot of creative people just sitting around, thinking of stuff to do. So they create these channels. They see that there's a lot of benefit to having these channels. It did, you think about the superstars that already had successful pages like, Xavier Woods with Up, Up, Down, Down, which is a WWE entity. They promote it on their website. They've had tournaments that they've mentioned on air involving Up, Up, Down, Down. So that's not going to go anywhere. But people are seeing it as like, oh, it's a way to brand myself. So, and also make a little money because, since they're not touring, there's no live events. So all those bonuses from going to, WWE live events and, that you can make there, or the house shows and getting the house show pay, that's all gone. So they need to they need to find different ways of making money during this time. And this was a great outlet for a lot of people. Now they're being told that they can't do that. Part of me understands that. WWE is very much like Disney in the sense that they want to control the narrative from top to bottom. They created all of these people's characters, right? So, like for example, Alexa Bliss on Cameo, Big E on Cameo, Big E, Alexa Bliss. Those are WWE brand names. They created them. That's the company's intellectual property. Now, yes, Alexa Bliss, Big E, they have taken those characters and brought them to life on screen. It's the person behind the character that makes you connect so much. But still, they're intellectual property. I totally get WWE saying, we don't want you doing that. They even said, some of you are engaged with outside third parties using your name and likeness in ways that are detrimental to our company. One thing that comes to mind immediately is Natalyas bizarre YouTube channel with her sister. And if you need to know why it's bizarre or what you want to see examples, go find it before it's taken down in the next 30 days. You will see some really weird stuff with Natalya and her sister, her biological sister. Very strange stuff. The company's giving them 30 days to get rid of these, to terminate their relationships with these platforms. Otherwise, they will face fines, suspension, or termination. Now, those are harsh. That's very, very harsh. I mean, to risk possible termination for using one of these brands, these streaming platforms, yeah, that's pretty harsh, but that means that they're pretty damn serious about this. And I get it. It's their intellectual property. What I don't get and where I disagree vehemently is, or vehemently, a couple ways, I guess there's a couple different ways to say it, and I'm probably, I always err on the wrong, I always go to the wrong one, is WWE, Vince said on the call that you also can't use your real name because we own that too. So if Alexa Bliss can't do her cameo as Alexa Bliss, she also can't use her real name, Lexi Kaufman, to do these videos because WWE apparently owns that. And that just raises a whole question of the legality behind that. How is it possible? How is it legal for a company that hires them as independent contractors to say, oh, by the way, we also own your name? What kind of contract did these people sign? And who would ever sign something like that? That to me is just, it's not possible. And at first I thought that has to be an embellished part of the story. Like whoever, initially reported the story, that was embellished. But I saw it in multiple reports that were independently confirmed. that this was said on the call, that they own their actual names. That to me, that is just a big, stupid statement to say to people. And it's probably not even legal. It's probably not even true. You can't, you just can't do that. Big question of legality there. And also now, my reaction to that, yeah, that to me, owning their names is illegal. But I also don't really see an issue with people getting their name and their likeness out there. Yeah, I get the Natalia thing's a little weird, but AJ Styles sitting around and streaming on a Wednesday night, guy's got nothing to do. He's chatting with his fans and, you know, creating goodwill with some fans. How is that hurting anybody? How is Erick Rowan's page with his wife Sarah Logan hurting anything? Lana's TikToks, how does that hurt? Big E making people happy with Cameo. Who is that hurting? Who is that hurting at all? It's just a bizarre thing, and especially for a company that, you know, there's no question about it. They are struggling to stay relevant. They have a problem, you know, appearing youthful, and that's not my statement. That's a statement from Vince McMahon himself. On the conference call in July to the investors, he said that Raw and SmackDown have an issue appearing youthful, and we have to figure out ways to make it youthful. How do you get through to the youths? Probably through Twitch. Twitch, they're the number one demographic WWE is going for is the 18 to 49 or the 18 to 34, depending on, you know, what statistics you're looking at. That's the demographic that they want. 81%, and I'm stealing this directly from my friend Adam Martin's Twitter page. 81% of Twitch, their platform is male. And in that demographic, that 18 to 34 coveted demographic by WWE. So having AJ Styles on there, having whoever else likes to stream on there, is to the company's benefit to be on there, to get their name out there, not their detriment. It's giving people a way to make money during the pandemic, because God knows they are not, you know, making close to the money that they were making this time last year. And power to them, more power to them, let them do it. But this, you know, a lot of the narrative online is that Vince is old, Vince is out of touch, Vince is going senile. And most of the time it's like, it's an overreaction. You know, it's like, come on, you know, like, yeah, he's definitely lost a step or two or three or four, but he's still pretty damn sharp. But this, it's really hard to argue. This just feels like 75-year-old guy, older structure in the company officers. Nobody really gets these platforms and they want it gone. And it just feels so out of touch, so stupid, so short-sighted. To me, it's just a totally bad look, a bad move. And there are people on Twitter tonight that are, I'm not saying that, so Andrew Yang, former presidential hopeful Andrew Yang, mentioned this on Twitter tonight, saying that if he were to become, Secretary of Labor or something like that, he would, look into this, or he would get whoever becomes Secretary of Labor, he would get their phone number and start having them look into this. Leah Thompson calling for WWE, Leah Thompson from Back to the Future, one of my favorite movies of all time, calling for wrestlers to start banding together and get unionized, because this is like a step too far. It's, there's micromanaging. They want to control everything about their show. They want to control the look. Everything gets rehearsed. All the promos are scripted. That's fine. That's their show. But now you're going to try to control what people do outside and tell them that they own their names. That, to me, horrible look. Really, really bad move by WWE. I sent them an email looking to clarify a couple of statements in the report. I doubt I'm going to hear back from them, but if I were them, I would issue a press release saying that we never said that we own their names, because this is just an incredibly awful look for a company that is struggling to be relevant right now and needs some eyes on them. This is a bad look. That's my take on it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.